Bonjour, bonjour, enchanté de vous voir. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour et au revoir. Bonjour, bonjour, enchanté de vous voir. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour et au revoir. Bonjour, bonjour, enchanté de vous voir. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour et au revoir. Bonjour Key Stage 1, I hope you've had a good week. It's time for your French lesson with me, Mrs Roberts, and I wanted to start with singing our song that we've been practicing. Now, when you greet someone and you say hello to them, quite often you'll follow that with a question. Can anyone think what that question might be? So, when you come into school and you see your teacher or you see your friend, you might say, oh, hi, how are you? And I'm just going to teach you how to say that in French today. So, if you're going to ask someone how they are, chances are the responses you'll get will be things like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm well, I'm very well, I'm not very well, I'm sad. Okay, so there are lots and lots of different things we can say in response to that question, and I'm just going to teach you a few of them in French today. So the question is quite short. You can either hear 3 words, comment ça va, or quite often you'll just hear 2 words. They shorten it to ça va, and it's absolutely fine just to say ça va. So have a go at that after me, okay? My turn, your turn. Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Notice how my voice gets higher at the end of the question. We call that intonation, and it's really important, okay? Because I need to make it sound like a question. So we make sure we go ça va? Ça va? Now the reason that's important is because to answer the question, you could just go ça va? Yeah, I'm alright. Okay, actually means it goes. How's it going? It goes. Okay, so it's really important that you make your voice go higher at the end of the question and lower if you're answering it as a statement. Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? Ça va? So some other answers to that question. You could say bien, ça va bien. Yeah, I'm good. Ça va très bien. I'm very good. So let's have a go at those. My turn, your turn. Ça va bien. Ça va bien. Ça va très bien. Ça va très bien. Or you could just answer bien, très bien. Okay. If you'd like to say so-so, yeah, I'm all right, so-so, then you can do this with your hand to show that it's that sort of middle of the range. Yeah, I'm okay. And we say comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. Quite like that one. I like how it sounds. So we'll just practice those again. We'll do the question first. Ça va? Ça va? Ça va bien. Ça va bien. Ça va très bien. Ça va très bien. Comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. Now for the negative, you might hear 2 different things. You might hear ça va pas. It's not so good. It's not going that well. Ça va pas. Or you might hear ça va mal. It's bad. Ça va mal. And my personal favourite, this is the last one I'm going to teach you today, my personal favourite, you have to have a bit of a scowl and a bit of a shoulder shrug going on, okay? So if you've got teenage siblings, this is quite good for teenagers, okay? So you kind of go like that with it, and the word is boff, boff. Now you have to be careful here, don't say boeuf, because boeuf is beef in French. You need to make sure it's an O sound, okay? So boff. And it's got to be accompanied by the face and the shoulder shrug, okay? So boff, boff. It's that kind of, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I suppose. Bit bored of life, okay? So shoulder shrug, scowl and boff. Let's run through them once more before we do our story. So, ça va? How are you? Ça va? Ça va bien. Ça va très bien. Ça va pas. Ça va mal. Comme ci, comme ça. Ready for it? Boff. Excellent, well done Key Stage 1. Now, today's story I think you will enjoy. This is called Hieronymus Betts and His Unusual Pets. Hieronyme de Carmeau et ses drôles d'animaux. Hieronyme de Carmeau a de drôles d'animaux. Hieronymus Betts has unusual pets. La bave, le limopopotame est le plus gluant, mais Hieronyme connaît quelque chose d'encore plus gluant. Slurp the Slugopotamus is his slimiest pet, but Hieronymus knows of something even slimier. Bréa, le grand de la tacheté, est le plus brillant, mais Hieronyme connaît quelque chose d'encore plus brillant. Screech, the greater spotted howler bird, is his noisiest pet, but Hieronymus knows of something even noisier. Nico, le crapaudino aux dents pointues, est le plus gourmand, mais Hieronyme connaît quelque chose d'encore plus gourmand. Gobbler, the saber-toothed rhino toad, is his greediest pet, but Hieronymus knows of something even greedier. Calan, le sapin qui pique, est le plus effrayant, mais Hieronyme connaît quelque chose d'encore plus effrayant. Cuddles, the porcupine, is his scariest pet, but Hieronymus knows of something even scarier. Grugnard, le lièvre grizzly, est le plus féroce, mais Hieronyme connaît quelque chose d'encore plus féroce. Growler, the grizzly hare, is his fiercest pet, but Hieronymus knows of something even fiercer. Tupu, le porc de vase, est le plus malodorant, mais Hieronyme connaît quelque chose qui sent encore plus mauvais. Stinker the bog hog is his smelliest pet, but Hieronymus knows of something even smellier. Que sexa la machin truc est le plus bizarre, mais Hieronyme connaît quelque chose d'encore plus bizarre. Ujimeflip, the whatchamacallit, is his strangest pet, but Hieronymus knows of something even stranger. Qu'est-ce qui plus gluant qu'un limopopotame, plus brillant qu'un œil tacheté, plus gourmand qu'un crapaudino aux dents pointues, plus effrayant qu'un sapin qui pique, plus féroce qu'un lièvre grizzly, plus malodorant qu'un porc de vase, et plus bizarre qu'un machin truc? Oseras-tu tourner la page pour le découvrir? So what's slimier than a slugopotamus, noisier than a greater spotted howler bird, greedier than a saber-toothed rhino toad, scarier than a porcupine, fiercer than a grizzly hare, smellier than a bog hog, and stranger than a whatchamacallit? Dare you turn the page to find out? C'est le petit frère de Hieronyme. It's Hieronymus's little brother, that's what. Mais même s'il est plus gluant qu'un limopopotame, plus brillant qu'un œil tacheté, plus gourmand qu'un crapaudino aux dents pointues, plus effrayant qu'un sapin qui pique, plus féroce qu'un lièvre grizzly, plus malodorant qu'un porc de vase, et plus bizarre qu'un machin truc. But even though he's slimier than a slugopotamus, noisier than a greater spotted howler bird, greedier than a saber-toothed rhino toad, scarier than a porcupine, fiercer than a grizzly hare, smellier than a bog hog, and stranger than a whatchamacallit, aucun des animaux d'Hieronyme n'est aussi marrant que lui. He's more fun than any pet could ever be. And I love that story. I just love all the different mixes of the animals. I wonder if you've got a favourite. Quite like the grizzly hare. Porcupine's quite funny, I think. My children really like the bog hog, the really stinky bog hog. Okay, so we've got about a minute left of this French lesson, Key Stage 1. So we'll have a quick go of your instructions and numbers. Okay, so just a quick run through. Écoutez, regardez, silence, croisez les bras, répétez, levez-vous, stand yourselves up, asseyez-vous, sit back down. Okay, numbers, we've done 1 to 5. So if we just do a quick warm-up to see if you can remember them, and then we'll practice them together. So if I said, montrez-moi un, you need to show me some fingers. How many are you going to show me? Montrez-moi un. Hopefully, you're showing me one. Montrez-moi cinq. 5. Montrez-moi trois. Good. And we'll do a quick run through just to 5 together. Comptez avec moi, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all we've got time for Key Stage 1, so I'll see you next week. Au revoir!